Let's start with the not so good. As you saw in the previous video, I started with flipping it over and attaching the plate at the back. I'm going to move this off a minute. What basically happened is when I attempted to turn it back to put it onto the Lazy Sally, it basically fell off. So it wasn't clutched enough. To be honest, it's not the clutch pair of the bricks, it's quite a heavy stand, it's solid, and that's why I know when you put this down it's not going to move, it's not going to fall off, you know, bit of vibration, it's going to be fine. Yeah, if you hit it with an hammer it's going to break, fair dues, but other than that, nice and solid. So what happened, I'll take you through it now bit by bit as I try and remember. We started off with the stand, which was a nice little build for part one. Absolutely lovely there, no worries, no problems, no clutch power, no nothing, everything was good. Once that was done, we got on with the build. And we started with this section here, right at the bottom, if you can imagine. I'll gently spin it around so as you can basically see what I'm talking about. That's a better shot, okay, well done. So we basically built it up slow and steady across the bottom, remembering it's plate against plate before we actually start to get the round shape up. And it was here really that I had a little bit of problems, because in them early days when you're putting plate on plate here, there's nothing to push to. So I was finding sometimes when I pushed, it would push another part out, and you can imagine. But anyway, I persevered, took my time, and it worked. So I was very, very pleased with that. And then, of course, you know what I'm going to say. We slowly build this section where I'm pointing to you here, all the way up, forget the engines a minute, till it's quite solid, and then we start to plate across the bottom of the front section of Voyager. Again, we had the same problems. When we applied the first row of slopes, it was tricky because you could push through at the front here, exactly the same sort of problems. That's the way it was. Nice printed tiles, as you can see there, really, really good. But we continued doing what we were doing. We built, and once we got the initial first layer in, everything else was lovely. It pushed down really, really good. I had no problems with pushing the bricks to get a good contact. Really good. So it was just the initial row, or first couple of rows, just to get the foundation. And funny enough, once we got to that second foundation, we had a row of plates again. You can basically see the grey there. And then there was another row of plates again, if I remember rightly, ready for the bridge section. It went really, really good. I can't even say really a bad word about this. I did have one brick missing at the bottom, which I managed to replace, because I have a replacement brick in the other stands that's the same, so I've used that, nicked it, and Voyager is complete. Like I say, I'm using this black stand to display it, and that is that. Anyway, like I say, we built up to the top and we got this wonderful, wonderful decoration. Look at that for the front. Yes, I'm going to zoom out so you can get a shot down the ship. I don't think you can fault that. I really, really don't. But still, I'm out telling the tale. Once the bridge was on, we sloped back down here. Most of these are printed tiles as they are on the engines, except for these two. It was only when I did the second one, I thought they were heat transfers where you put the sticker on, rub with your finger, pull off the backing paper and it leaves the sticker. I couldn't get that one off at all. When I did that one a step or two later, rubbed it once, off it came. Rubbed that one again, off it came. So trial and error, nice and steady, away you go. So once that back is done, you can just about see the shuttle inside, which I think looks nice. When the front's done, the underneath is tiled and done and looking pretty. I don't know if, yes you can, look at that, that's a bit of a look there. You can see just enough in the light to say there's no gaps now, everything is hunky-dory, perfect. Once that was all done, it was time to do the engines. These were lovely little builds. Again, you've got the number, you can just about read that on the bottom. That's definitely the right way around. I checked the instructions, and the hardest part of this build was connecting the engines to the block. And it's basically sort of hooky claw things with the pushing, with the little barrel pushings. And I found it was really, I tried to push all at once first. I had a bit of a collapse, stopped. Then I pushed two in at the top, gently eased them in, and away they went. So when I went for the left hand side later, you can imagine what I'm going to say now. Yeah, it went absolutely plump, nice and steady, and it was in. The final bit of the actual Voyager build was this front plate, not the numbers, but the front plate here. Build up was nice. Only problem I had was with the little studs. As I said, I had to remove each one of them, click down, put the studs back on again. Absolutely perfect. It'll be interesting. I'll try and do a picture of it on my shelf before I go, and we'll see. I mean, all in all, it's been a really good build. The majority of it has been solid. I've had no problems with it. I had that missing tile which I've now replaced, which makes me feel a lot better for displaying. It's on the stand, it's quite solid. I think the only thing missing with this set, and Blu Brix don't do it with Star Trek for sure, is the minifigs. I know they do with the Stargate stuff, but they don't do it with the Star Trek, unless you can buy them separately. That is something I haven't checked, and I will check for. Is it worth the money? I think it cost me about £120, £130 if I remember rightly. I got it in the sale, which was a bonus, and unbelievable. So just to sum up, round about £130, 2,443 pieces. It looks good. It was enjoyable to build, less stressful than I thought it was going to be. There wasn't that much stress, except, like I say, when I was pushing the initial tiles down, everything else went in fine. The instructions are pretty good, but you have to pay close attention to where some of the bricks goes. If you like a saturated plan, like I know some of you do, then you're going to love the plans. Me personally, I think I've said, with my old eyes now, I prefer to build on PDF. But anyway, it's done, it's there. I am well chuffed. I will have a shot of the underneath of my own records. I think that looks fantastic. So there you go. Mounted on my shelf. I managed to get it on without dropping it. It's not the final resting place, but it is safe for the moment till I find that final resting place. And look at that. You've got to be honest. I think it looks damn good, doesn't it? You tell me. And with that, I'll see you later. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this build step by step. I hope I've been okay for you. If you think I've done all right, if you think the build's all right, please give me a thumbs up, and please don't forget to comment. You know, you can comment about me, you can comment about the build. Yes, I know I still need lighting, and there's still supposed to be another light coming. Don't know what the next build is yet, so you'll have to wait and see. Hopefully won't be too long, and if you want to follow us on this journey, please click on that subscribe button. And with that, thank you for watching. My name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side.